Well, this is an exciting time for Texas families as kids get ready to head back to school, but it's also a time to look at some changes we're seeing in our school districts, including funding and reduced testing requirements, both issues that we've really covered here on Good Day Austin. And I'm joined this morning by Godsey. He's the executive director for the Association of Texas Professional Educators. And this is the largest association for professional educators here in the country.
It is. ATPE has over 100,000 members in Texas alone, but it makes us also the largest association of professional educators in the entire United States.
Well, and you know, here statewide, education issues have been at the forefront. We've seen locally, we've also seen across the street at the Capitol recently. Let's first off talking about funding.
Okay.
Texas was recently listed as one of the top 10 schools that were underfunded at school systems. I should correct myself there. Now the governor has signed, you know, the bill into law that we're going to restore those funding cuts that we saw a couple of years ago. Are we going to see that money anytime soon?
Well, we didn't quite get there. We have $3.4 billion of the $5.4 billion that was cut originally that was restored. So we still aren't back to the 2008 level that we were funding public education in the state of Texas. It's not all about money, but it is about money in this case because we need to get back to at least where we were in 2008. Currently, we're spending about $19 billion a year on public education, but that's the same thing we were spending in 2008.
Yeah, from the association point of view, is it a step in the right direction, or are you still looking at more?
Yeah. No, we want more, but it's absolutely a step in the right direction.
Are we going to see that money anytime soon?
I hope so, because the kids in Texas deserve it. There's over 5 million kids involved in the public education school system. We think they can have an enormous impact on the United States in the future, and in fact the world. So investing a few more dollars in public education is a wise investment, we think.
What are the teachers in your association saying about the standardized testing changes and seeing a reduced number of those standardized testing? This has been a controversy for years.
Absolutely. Our teachers they don't mind being held accountable. And in fact, they step up and reach the goals and objectives almost uniformly across the state of Texas. It's good, I think, that we aren't focusing so much on testing now. No one's running away from testing. They just believe there's a lot more involved in educating a student than just determining if they can pass a test or not. So do we. So accountability is important. We think it should be measured. It's probably a step in the right direction to have fewer tests administered to kids, and we're looking forward to the future where there'll be a broader spectrum of ways that we measure effectiveness than just testing.
Yeah, like what? What's an example of that broader spectrum?
Let's look at the well-rounded student and whether they are getting, you know, not just able to pass a test. I don't know if you've been on, we have a website called teachthevote.org. The test is actually on there from the 3rd grade and beyond. Go on and take the test. It's very difficult just to ramp up to get ready to take the test.
Right.
I took the 3rd grade one recently.
Yeah.
I'm new to the job, so I thought I'll take the 3rd grade test. It takes a lot of preparation just to get ready to take the test, much less take the test itself.
Gary, we've got to wrap up, but if we're parents and we are very opinionated about something like funding or standardized testing or another issue you're seeing in your child's classroom, where do we go for more information or to voice that opinion?
Well, the public education system belongs to the public. We want to involve the public year-round in that system. I would go to atpe.org. You can find a lot of information. Teachthevote.org, which is a website that will give you tons of information about these subjects that we've been talking about. And of course, TEA and other organizations around the state can also give you information. It belongs to us. We should take it, embrace it, and make sure that our kids get the most exemplary education they could possibly get.
And take the opportunity to educate yourself on the changes that are underway.
Absolutely.
Gary Godsey, thanks so much.
Thank you.
And we'll be right back.